Good afternoon. Wow, that was good. Good afternoon. Come on, give me something to work with here. Welcome to the MBA graduation ceremony of the Rotterdam School of Management for the Executive MBA class of 2017 and the MBA class of 2018. My name is Brandon Kirby. I am the Director of Admissions and Marketing for the MBA programs here at the school. And today we acknowledge and then celebrate the countless hours of hard work, dedication, sacrifice, and determination by the candidates who will be joining us here in the room momentarily. But I'd also like to take a moment to thank all of you in the room as well. Because no doubt the friends and family who we are surrounded by today played an important role in the MBA journey of the graduates who will be joining us here in just a moment. Your support was vital in their success. So please let me be the first to thank you, and I'd like to give you all a round of applause, so please join me real fast. Thank you. I think that's evidenced by the amount of families and children running around outside. It's always great to see how families come together. It really is something that an entire family goes through when you do an MBA, and I think it's fantastic to see you all here. It is my honor and my pleasure to act as the Master of Ceremonies for today's proceedings, which is the most cherished event in the entire calendar for us here at RSM. As a moment of housekeeping, our program will have several components today. We'll have a Dean's Welcome, followed by a keynote speech. We'll then hand out the diplomas and awards. We'll have a class farewell from some of the members, the students themselves, closing remarks, and then everyone's favorite part, probably the reception afterwards with champagne. So that's sort of the run of show today. Finally, today's ceremony is being live streamed, so those who could not join us here in the room today can also share and be able to witness what a great event this is going to be. So welcome to those of you who are watching from wherever you might be today. So without any further delay, let's begin our program. As an academic ceremony, the graduation procession will be led by Erasmus University's Badel. She leads the cortege inside the auditorium. And the cortege is comprised of faculty members, dean, associate dean, honorary guests, and senior members of RSM. Those persons who are wearing a full gown or a gown that has a full professorship. Please welcome the cortege. Hello. Thank you and welcome. Now, please join me in welcoming the Executive MBA class of 2017. So how does it feel to be sitting down as almost graduates? Pretty good? There we go. And I ask everyone else to please rise once again so that I would introduce the MBA class of 2018. It's always great to see the classes together. I forget how many of you there are, it's great. As the Dean of Rotterdam School of Management, our first speaker is tasked with setting the mission and strategic direction of the school. Nearly a year ago, he was instrumental in helping reshape the school's mission statement to what it currently is, to be a force for positive change in the world. Our new mission statement has begun a transformation across the school and will continue to guide RSM's initiatives moving forward. Please join me in providing a warm welcome for our Dean, Steve van der Velde.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, and most of all, dear graduates, welcome all to the RSM MBA and Executive MBA graduation ceremony 2018. So let me start by congratulating our more than 200 graduates here today. Graduating is a fantastic achievement, and you got all the reasons in the world to be very, very proud of yourselves. For sure, I know your family, your loved ones are, and you can be assured that we, RSM, is very proud of you too. Now, to break the ice and warm up the audience a little bit, I would like to hear from the MBA class of 2018 how happy they are today. So, how happy are you? Well, I guess you know what to do, right? So here's my question to you all. So Executive MBA class of 2017, I think. How happy are you today? It sounds like we have a winner. Again, every year, year after year, Executive MBA class is a little bit more excited. Anyway, on a more serious note, so Rotterdam School of Management, or RSM for short, is a leading international research-led business school. And this research basis is crucial for our school, as it's no longer about what you know, but it's all about how you think. We want our students, our graduates, to be critical thinkers and practical doers. And to achieve this, research is crucial. And you all probably know that RSM enjoys very high positions in the different league tables, and it always makes me very proud to be pretty selective and actually focus on those rankings that serve us very well. So here we go. For instance, the US News and World Report ranking, the most important ranking in the United States, puts us number 14 in the world, number 3 in Europe, behind Harvard and Oxford, but before Cambridge and Princeton. And the Shanghai ranking even puts us number 3 in the whole wide world, behind Wharton in Chicago, but just before Harvard. Yeah. I know my rankings, right? Well, anyway, I mean, clearly, some of these rankings, you need to take them with a pinch of salt, right? But nonetheless, they confirm the very high quality of our students. They confirm their employability, confirm the quality of our faculty, our research, and our educational programs. And these rankings are important because they allow us to attract and retain the brightest of the brightest students, the best of the best faculty and staff, and to work with the most forward-thinking companies. So, dear graduates, if you think about it, these rankings say a whole lot about the value of your degree, about your RSM degree. So, these rankings, though, are not an end in themselves. They are a means to achieve our mission. And a mission is nothing else but a common purpose of the entire RSM family. And that's a huge family, more than 30,000 people altogether, including alumni, students, faculty, and staff. And as you just heard, the mission, our common purpose, our common ambition for the future is to be a force for positive change. And let me repeat this because I truly hope that this will stick with you for the next, well, your entire life, actually. We want to be a force for positive change. Now, why this mission, and what does it exactly mean? Well, if you take one step back and look at all the big societal challenges, like hunger and poverty and inequality and unemployment, injustice, climate change, failing institutions, and so on, we believe at RSM that business can, should play a key role in addressing and solving these big societal challenges. And since it's our remit to enhance the practice and management of business, we therefore, by implication, have a responsibility to address these challenges too and make a positive change happen. Now, as a school, as a family, how can we do this? Well, basically, we have three main levers. First of all, it's our academic research. And as I already pointed out, we are pretty good at it. Our research addresses all these big societal challenges. Number two, second, it's our engagement with the environment, our external stakeholders, including industry, governmental organizations, the city of Rotterdam, and civil society at large. However, the third and the most important lever, that's our graduates. Or in other words, that's you. You are the much needed agents for positive change. You have to address all these big societal challenges by developing new business models, for instance, that not only do well, but also do good at the same time. Dear graduates, you are the ones that can create value and wealth and well-being and prosperity, not just for yourselves, but also for others in a responsible and sustainable way. You are the key for a sustainable world. And I therefore trust that you see your MBA degree as something more than just a ticket to a higher income or a step up the career ladder. As decision makers and leaders, you are in the vantage position for making a positive change in the world. And maybe this time next year, what date is it? 22nd, something March 2019, right? So say 1 year from now, I would like you to step back and look at the mirror and ask yourself this important question. Am I making a positive change in the world? Have I made a positive change for my family, for my friends, my community, society, the world? And if the answer to all of these questions is no, then it might be time for a fundamental change. Life is simply too short. So, dear graduates, we believe in you, as each and every one of you is a crucial part of our social capital, now and in the future. We will try and keep you close at heart. We'll stay connected, as we need your active support to not only strengthen our reputation, but most of all, to achieve our mission. And therefore, I wish you all the best in your personal and professional life. Thank you very much.
I was always told the rankings didn't matter. A little late for that now, I suppose. Today's keynote speaker is an experienced senior organizational development expert with a track record of over 25 years across multiple industries, including retail, banking, and consultancy, just to name a few. She is the founder of JLC Concepts, which partners with CEOs and boards, offering an integrated suite of solutions to help them solve leadership challenges and dilemmas they might face. Previously, Jackie was the Chief Human Resource Officer at Sonoma Media Group, where she served as an advisor and a thought partner to the CEO and the board there as well. While there, she challenged the status quo, driving radical leadership changes throughout the management ranks. Prior, she worked for DSM Chemicals, where she worked closely once again with the C-suite, focusing on the recruitment, development, and coaching of executives and talents across the world. Of English nationality, Jackie currently resides in the Netherlands, but she has worked and lived in the UK, the United States of America, Finland, Germany, and Jamaica. She holds a BA Honors in Business Studies, is an accredited test user by the British Psychological Society, and a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Personnel and Development. Today, she is going to give you some thoughts and things to think about the importance of listening to your inner self and following that voice. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome me and welcoming to the stage, Jackie Cuthbert.
Hi, everybody. You can all hear me at the back? I have to say, I get asked quite a few times to do presentations and speeches, and I'm always eager to do presentations, keynote speeches with the younger generation, should I say, because the energy and the sense of hunger and passion about the next stage of your life is very compelling for me. And I'm someone who lives off energy. So hopefully, at the end of this 20 minutes, I'll be drained but happy. And hopefully you'll take away some sound bites from what I'm about to share with you. You know, following on from Stein's introduction, I think personally he hit the nail on the head. You know, the business landscape, and I'm not here to talk about business. You've studied it for 1-2 years, you know it. It's just to state to all of you that the world that you are entering is a disruptive one. And the disruptive elements you know about, technology, the economical disruptions, political disruptions, which is not only impacting you as future leaders, but also impacting you as individuals. You know, as I scan the audience, what really fires me up is the diversity in this room, which is reflected in the flags, you know, the flags across this room. I have spent time with other business schools, and the thing that really touches my heart about this school is the diversity. And for you guys, do not underestimate it. Now let's be realistic. A number of MBA programs are mushrooming. So what is a differentiating factor in terms of becoming an MBA graduate? Over the years, I've had the pleasure of meeting, recruiting, developing C-suite executives. And the key differentiator in what makes a great leader is the ability to connect, engage, and bring the organization along with you. And the only way I see that is done effectively is when you have grown up embracing diversity, learning to adapt to difference, seeing the world from a different perspective. This is an extremely valuable piece of your toolkit that you should be proud to hold on to, because this will differentiate you from the crowd. And of course, the content matters. But as a recruiter for large organizations, trust me, it will be what you bring to the table in terms of understanding the power of appreciating difference. So, as I said, the whole landscape, business landscape, is becoming extremely disruptive. You've got your MBA in your backpack, a strut in your walk, and a smile on your face, and about to embark on the next phase of your life. Now, given the diversity in the room, I'm also assuming that there's going to be, if I ask the question, what does your life plan look like? What does success look like? You'll give me different answers. If we come back to looking at business, given the disruptions, many businesses are having to rethink their definition of success. The companies that you see, I'm sure you've studied many, but the common theme with companies that are successful are those that are able to adapt, to have agility in their business models and their workforce to adapt. And the really smart ones not only redefine the success and the path they want to take, but also have the good sense to say, what do we stand for? Does our new direction, is that underpinned by values that we believe in? Because as you've probably studied, values are the cornerstone of an organization. They are the DNA. It is what makes a culture great. It gets people engaged into whatever success, what life plan a company has. So I argue that the transformation or disruption to a company, despite the external factors that are imposed on a company, and therefore the values that a company holds, is very similar to the way we lead our lives. What do I mean about that? Well, it varies person to person, but I think it's fair to say that we all have a life plan. Now, the details, the level of detail varies from one individual to each other, from another, but we all have a life plan. What will make us happy, how we define success. We also have a set of values and a set of beliefs. We may not consciously articulate them, but our behavior, we walk the talk on how we believe and what values we hold dear. It shapes us. So like a company, we need to sometimes step back from the life plan that we have created in our minds and constantly ask ourselves, am I fulfilled? Is my life plan still delivering to me what I set out to achieve? Am I being authentic? Meaning, do I understand what my core is, my values, and am I walking the talk? Am I doing what I want to do, or am I doing because I think it's the right thing to do? Now, going back to defining success, some of you may look at success in terms of achievement in your career. If you're choosing to go into corporate, that could well mean defining it, what level you want to get to. For others, it's defined by wealth, how much you earn. For some others, it could be about family. Over the years, I've worked with executives where they started out with a life plan of climbing the hierarchy. Then they become fathers or mothers, and that life plan changes because their values change. The parents at the back hopefully will resonate with that. The other side of it, and hopefully this will not upset anybody, but shit hits the fan. You're going along in life, confident that you're taking the right path, and a curveball is thrown at you. And they can be both good and bad, by the way. I think the point I'm making is you may have a life plan today. You may think you know exactly where you will be in 5 years. But trust me, there will be a point where you will stop and think, actually, is this what I want to do? And that's okay. So coming back to the analogy of being a company, companies have to adapt. And I am arguing that we all have to adapt. Let me put this into some kind of context by showing you some of my own challenges in that way. My parents are from Jamaica, and they emigrated to the UK in the 60s. And these were really tough times. And they had 3 daughters, one of which was me. And they worked 24/7. They worked 2 jobs. We hardly saw them. And the reason why they did that was to ensure that we would have a good education. And we did. However, that upbringing shaped my view on the world. It broke my heart as I was growing up as a teenager to see that my parents were having to work so hard. And I vowed to myself, I will never find myself in that position. And to avoid that position, for me, my belief was that I needed to earn lots of money. Because by earning lots of money, that would bring me security, that would bring me independence, and I would never find myself having to work 24/7 until the day I die. Don't judge me, that's life. And given that belief, I then embarked upon my career. Now, I was very blessed in being able to follow a career which gave me a lot of energy. I saw the world, something I couldn't do as a child. I met with people from different countries, countries I hadn't even heard of, and learned so much about different cultures. And the biggest learning I've had is that regardless of cultural differences, people are the same. We cry, we bleed. We're the same. But it's interesting to learn about difference. And I grew as a person, but my life plan did not alter. I was still convincing myself that the purpose of my career was to earn a lot of money so that would secure my future and I would never have to be poor. It was a fear of being poor. By the time I reached my early 40s, I had almost achieved that. I had money in the bank and life was good. But then I started to hear a little voice in my head, which I conveniently ignored, that something was not fulfilling. And I put it aside. And that's very easy to do when you start on, a career track. It's 24/7. You get so caught up in it. You have family, you have your social life, so it's very easy to block out that voice in your head. And I did. The next phase of my life plan, given that I had ticked the box on my own security, was making sure that it was time to give back to my parents. And at that point, they wanted to emigrate back to Jamaica to retire. And being blessed, I was able to give back to my parents and make sure that they were in Jamaica. Then I got really stuck. I remember being at my desk after a very intense meeting, and it was a very good meeting, but felt drained. And I brushed it aside as just being a bad day, and that feeling did not shift for weeks. And it started to worry me, and I thought, well, maybe it's because I just need some time out. I'm burnt out. I just need to sit on the beach, listen to some reggae music, and drink a cocktail or 2. And I did that. I took a year off work. I left the company in good terms, but knowing that I needed a break. Fast forward, I then realized that the break was not what I needed, meaning a physical break. And then I can hit the ground running again, liaise with headhunters and find that next brilliant corporate job. In that year out, I took time to find out the fundamental reason why I was not happy. And it was a shift in my belief. It was a real eureka moment. The life path I had set myself in accumulating wealth to mitigate the fear of being poor had gone. That was no longer important to me. That fear had subsided. I had delivered on that. And for the first time in my life, I was sitting there vulnerable. Because up until that point, I was a control person. I controlled others. I controlled myself. And here I was, after so many years, at a point where I didn't know what the hell I was going to do. The only thing I knew, I felt a weight lift off me. I felt excitement, trepidation, fear, everything. Physical pain in the stomach, because once in my life, I did not know where to go. But that was okay. What was the exciting part about it was that I started to understand that my values and beliefs had changed. My view on the world had changed. So what did Jackie want? Well, Jackie decided that she wanted to focus on being a little bit more independent. It was more about my health, spending time with my parents because they were now approaching their 80s and thousands of miles away from me. I wanted the opportunity to see if I could do something which allowed me to free up my time to be with them, but to also invest in myself. So the story I'm sharing is not about being done with corporate. This is about a fundamental change in me, given my life experience, and having the guts to look in the mirror and says, this isn't working anymore. Because the alternative would have been worse. I would have gone head down, blindly going forward, and probably would have hit a wall that could have looked like a breakdown, or God forbid. But the point I'm making, your energy, your excitement for the future, you embrace it. Add things to your bucket list. But on your path, be honest with yourselves. If it ain't working, it ain't working. Right? Really, life is far, far too short. And you are entering a world where I didn't enter, in that you have choices that you can make happen. I envy you. Because you can say, I do not want to do this. I want to do something else. 10 years ago, roughly, if I had made this presentation to a group of MBA graduates, I would argue that the majority would be seeing the MBA as a way of indeed going up the corporate ladder in terms of marketability. What I have experienced as the years have gone by is that the MBA is also giving many of you the opportunities to do your own thing. And I applaud that. I started late in life, and part of me regrets it. If I had listened to that inner voice, who knows where I would have been today? Maybe not here. I don't know. I don't know. I hope that gives you some taste of what I'm trying to convey to you, right? Live your lives. Be true to yourself. Listen to that inner voice. And the last message I will leave you, ladies and gentlemen, is be thankful for your parents. And when you've reached where you have reached, that goal you have, you turn around to your parents and you say thank you, and you show it. Thank you.
I know who I don't want to follow next time when I have to speak, though. But I think that was fantastic words of wisdom and advice, is to listen to your inner voice and follow it where it's going to take you. Because you might think you know where that's going to be, but life sometimes has other things in store. So definitely keep that in mind. However, now, it's time for the real reason I think you might be here. And that is for the presentation of the diplomas that you worked so hard to achieve. At this moment, I would like to invite Anne van Dam, the Executive Director of MBA Programs, the Registrar, Evelien Weinmalen, and Dean Steve Vandeveld to please come back up to the stage. And as they do so, just a few quick words here. So it's time for us to present each of you with your diploma. An will call out your name, Evelyn will hand out your diploma, and then you'll have a picture taken with Steve shaking his hand. Of course. I don't know why I wasn't expecting a laugh from that. I don't know what that was about. Anyway. The photo will be made available to you online later, so don't worry about that. We will be sure to get that to you. One important thing, by a show of hands, how many of you have your tassel on the right-hand side of your cap as I am speaking? Those of you who don't, please move your tassel to the right-hand side of your cap, which is where it should be before you graduate. After you have received your diploma, you may then move the tassel to the left-hand side of your cap. That's what that means. Yeah, I did undergraduate and an MBA, and that was never explained to me. So I ever said if I had the opportunity, I would share that with you. So first, we will start with the Executive MBA class of 2017. We will then follow with the MBA class of 2018. Have your clapping hands ready. Here we go. An van Dam. Hold on.
Right, after all these tall men, I need a soapbox to stand on, so bear with me. Hello. So the interesting bit is, and I need to do with Steve Jobs here, I'm afraid. The interesting bit is, my list has gone. So I have no idea where it went to, but here we go. Are we ready, people? I think we are. Let's go. People at the PowerPoints and the presentations, here we go. The first person I'd like to call on stage to receive the degree from the Executive MBA class of 2017 is Mehmet Akdağ. Gizem Akaya. Alper. Sergey Angelov. Olaf Arkauer. Olena Avramenko. Kamar Azijli. Alexandra Bal. Julien Bérard. Wouter Robert Berendsen. Unfortunately, he cannot be with us. Congratulations. I hope you are watching the live stream. Bart Bergmans. Gina Bos. Anne-Amy Bunn. Maaike Burghouts. Congratulations. Nail Osgur Boutoun. Mathieu Campion. Geert Katsburg. Felipe Augusto Chiez. Congratulations. Femina Chaudhry. Roman Peter. So next one. Pete. Christensen. Come on. All right. My own notes have arrived. You. All right. Let's move on. Godert de Keizer. Jochem de Lauw. Marina de Irazusta. Congratulations. Lars den Hartig, who also cannot be with us today. His loss. Giuseppe Di Modica. Aisha Diba Lindman. Vishal Doravari. Vijay Duvuri. Didem Duigluri Baran. Ahmed Aisa. Congratulations. Antonio Faria. Congratulations. Saskia Fransen. Nikolai Frolov. George Giannakopoulos. Congratulations. Abhishek Goel. Rishu Gupta. Oday Modhani Hafez Halavani. Alexander Hamilton. Katinka Henderson. Arne Hoogkaspel. Attila Houtkoper. Lin Hu. Chi-Hun Wang. Crystal Ismail. Ahmad Jami. Hugo Jansen. Eduard Jebbing. Sheila Kodadadi. Agata Eva Kolodzijic. Jonathan Koppert. Mario Korte. Halil Koscioglu. Nirantak Kumar. Leonard Lamy. Louise Langeby. Jan Latenstein van Voorst. Alberto Leopoldi. Nuo Lee. Ellert Liem. Mark Marcelis. Kaloyan Marinov. Filippo Giancarlo Martinelli. Piotr Mehler. Antonio Meneses. Jane Miskins. Emmanuel Mudu Hemuka. Sunil Kumar Mudigonda. Ian Murdoch. Congratulations. Pritam Nambiar. Vamsi Krishna Namuduri. Nikolai Nanaj. Congrats. Janneke Nannen. Congrats. Michel Organisiak. Victoria Olavaid. Yara Pascual. So next on my list is Roman Peter, but I think we had having. Mark Phelan. Sorry. Kanya Pilane. Congrats. Ekaterina Plotnikova. Ramesh Poti. Pietro Profeta. Sandeep Moses Raju. Congrats. Stefano Riva. Inés Rodriguez Alvarez. You're welcome. Congrats. Vicente Ros Almela. Congrats. Mark Rosenbaum. Congrats. Francesco Ruospo. Andrew Safari. Congrats. Kartik Omjikumar Sama. Congrats. Ramazan Samadov. Ludovic Sando. Rupesh Santoki. Suduncha Salani. Maxim Sergeyev. Annemieke Seeling. Congrats. Jeroen Smit. Very welcome. Metten Somers. Martijn Spil. Rob Steensels. Zenpeng Sun. Maxim Zvaliavchik. De Waal Zwanepoel. André Tramper. Grazie André. Mirjam van Aarlen. Mervin van Dam. Mervin van Dam. Thijs van Dam. Ivo van den Berg. Bart van den Boogaard. Ingrid van Gilst. Karel van Ginderdeuren. Bram van Mensvoort. Daan van Noord. Mark Vermeulen. Jake Wright. Yu Jiang. Celine Zhu. Lisian Zhu. Stefan Jarburg. Jongkyu Yoon. Wouter Zegers. Dank u wel. Lee Song. Michał Zimbinski. Last but certainly not least, Kim Zwarts. We would like now to invite the class of International Full-Time MBA 18 to pick up their degrees. Are you ready? Let's start with Masa Aoki. Tiago Baio. Congrats. Fabio Barros Franco Pereira. Siddhartha Bhatnagar. Congrats. Congrats. Rick Bhattacharya. Congrats. Oh, you're welcome. Massimiliano Bohm. Congrats. Arjan Bot. Congrats, man. Mungai Bulch. Catarina Brito. Justus Brocking. Woo! You're welcome. Congrats. Ario Seto Budiman. Silvia Carlotto Cagno. Congrats. David Castellanos. Michelle Chow. Congrats. Krishna Teya Chavali. Congrats. Chung Kai Chen, I hope you're watching. Congratulations. Maggie Chin. Min Chung. Marco Signiti Grossi. Suren Daryanani. Daniele Della Mare. Giulia De Bernardini. Judith Donde. Trude Faber. Arnav Gautam. Andrei Golelov. Abhishek Govil. Kaushik Guha. Takehiro Hakamata. Jongo Han. Emma Hartley. Waicheng Su. Osama Javed. Congrats, Osama. Jake Jung. Sasanka Karumuru. Minjun Kim. Congrats. Ashley Cressel. Congrats. Abhishek Krishnan. Nitin Kumar. Congrats. Shipra Kumar. Congrats. Bharat Kumaraswamy. Louis Kwon, congratulations. I hope to see you soon. Madina Marieva. Congrats. Margarita Madrigal. Abbas Mugu. Congrats, man. Natalia Magno. Leticia Mandace. Guy Manzato. Congrats. Christian McCracken.
Thank you.
Congrats. Bhavika Megchiani. Congrats, good to see you. Lan Mi. Paula Morande. Congrats. Kudzai Metmeri. Sanket Shivaji Nehe. Dilara Oguz. Ricardo Pacheco.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. You're welcome. Abhishek Pachal. Andrea Peña. Rachel Plitt. Congratulations, my lady. Before I call the next person on stage, I would like to request an extra large applause for this particular person who started his MBA last year and had to fight like no other. And it is with great, great pleasure I call on stage Randy Aditya Pratama. Darshan Ramanagudra. Congratulations. Govind Ramesh. Jorge Rodriguez Boreguero. Diego Rondon Trello. Viridiana Ruiz Leiva. Congratulations. Dhruv Ruparel. Ameya Sapre. Jozef Scholten. Azitaf Sen. Diana Serrano. Shreyak Shah. Han Shen. Christine Shi. Congratulations. Olga Shirakova. Abjit Singh. Eduardo Smith. Juan Solano. Suyash Srivastava. Mahendra Susetyodani. Miguel Tamayo. That's mine. Siravut Tatiaku. Ramanath Subramanian. Congratulations. Priscilla van der Burg-Zuurbier. Heel gefeliciteerd. Well done. Uwe van Rensburg. Congrats, man. Kyla van der Hart. Congratulations, you're welcome. Jesse Walker. Congrats, man. Kate Wang. Natalie Wang. Eike Wilms. Congratulations. Vivienne Wong. Annie Wu. Ritesh Yadav. Congratulations, man. Daphne Yang. Congratulations, Daphne. Sijiang Zhao. Congratulations. Ken Yu. And finally, Alexander Yudin. Congratulations. Congratulations, you are now all alumni. We have, however, another important moment, though. Some of you may wonder why you're suddenly in a different seat. Some of you are on the first row suddenly, so what does that mean? So next up, we will award the Dean's Honours, and the Dean's Honours with distinction. The Dean's Honour is a recognition of your academic performance, but also your personal achievements. Generally, this means you were in the top 10% of your class. I am looking to my right-hand side. Are we ready? No. We are not ready. Shall we make a start? For the class of Executive MBA 2017, I would like to call for their academic performance, Julien Bérard. Congratulations. Jochem de Lauw. Alexander Hamilton. You're welcome. Mario Korte. Vamsi Namuduri. Maxim Sergeyev. Metten Somers. Congratulations. André Tramper. En Mark Vermeulen. So I still skipped some of you. There is another award, the Dean's Honors with Distinction. That means you were in the top 3 of your class. Michel Organizia. Congratulations. Mark Phelan. So sorry. And the third Dean's Honors with Distinction goes to Mirjam van Aarle, who is not with us, but hopefully she watches this. For MBA 18, the Dean's Honors go to Rick Bhattacharya. Yes. Arjan Bot. Gefeliciteerd, man. Christine Shi. Well done. There you go. Ramanath Subramanian. Congratulations, very well done. And the last one for MBA 18 goes to Kayla van der Hart. I could not tell you now, could I? And this special Dean's Honors with Distinction go to Catarina Brito. Very, very big congratulations. Undoubtedly unexpected, Justus Brokking. And finally, Nitin Kumar. And now we are ready to hand back to the master of ceremony, the lovely Brandon Kirby.
One of the great things about RSM is our diverse class, but I can tell you it does make reading everyone's names at graduation time a very big challenge. So hats off to An van Dam for really getting everyone together. Okay, so we're starting to get to close to the end of the program today. We're getting there. Next up, I would like to introduce the Student and Faculty Awards. The Faculty Award for each program is recognized by the students as the faculty member who is the best of the best. So I would like to have Tom Mom, the Academic Director of the Executive MBA program, to come up first. He will announce the recipient of the Faculty Award for the EMBA program.
Thank you, Brandon. Every year, each class decides upon what's the best teacher of our curriculum. Someone who inspired you most. Someone who brought not just expertise, but also passion into the classroom. Someone who helped you to combine theory and practice. Who furthered your learnings to new dimensions. And I will be handing out the Faculty Award for the Executive MBA class. And I would just like to read 2 or 3 quotes. Things you said about the winning teacher of this year. Here we go. His humor in class, his knowledge and wisdom, and the relevance of his examples made me really enjoy this course so much that the assignments felt like an entertaining puzzle instead of work. Here another one. Next to excellent subject knowledge, he provided career advice and brought energy into the class. And finally, best manager teacher, he talks business. Well, he teaches advanced finance. Ronald Poppe! We had lunch together, and together with my team, we asked ourselves the question, Ronald, for how many years have you already been teaching us at the RSM? And it was longer than our IT systems could track. Thank you for all your dedication, for the passion and all the inspiration you bring to us, our students, and the RSM, Ronald. Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the only thing I can tell you is thank you, thank you, thank you. And you know, I think in cash, I dream in cash, but if you come to it, honor is more important than cash. And this award is for me real honor. Yes, and when I was at teaching school, I had a very old professor who taught me very wise things. And one of them was, if you lose your money, that's very bad. But you can work and earn money again. But if you lose your honor, you lose for everything, for always. And that's why I'm so happy, this honor, right?
Congratulations. Now I ask that Don Stom, the Academic Director of the Full-Time MBA program, come to the podium to announce the recipients of the Full-Time MBA Faculty Award.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear graduates, I'm very honored to present with you the winner of the Full-Time Best Faculty Award. Teaching students is pretty daunting, and if they're full-time MBA students, I think this is a completely different ballgame. You're lovely people, you're intelligent, you're smart, you're driven, you're engaged, but you're also sometimes just a tiny bit demanding for our... And for many teaching faculty, that's tough. So today we celebrate those faculty that can deal with that demand. And the winner of this year's Faculty Award can deal with that demand very, very well. I think there's two big reasons why this person has won the award. And first thing is that the subject that he, because the person is a man, that he teaches is both very complex and not always the most popular. But still, he makes this fun and clear. So that's, I think, pretty great. As one of the students wrote, this teacher was capable of making something that was very difficult into something easy. He's a great lecturer. The grabbing hand, the please call me quotes were really useful. He was a great professor. Slowly the hints are getting there. Huh? And then there's a second reason why this professor is chosen, why I'm so happy that he was chosen, and that's because he's a real innovator when it comes to teaching. And as a professor of innovation management and a lecturer myself, I know how difficult it is to innovate anything, how difficult it is to innovate services, and then especially this weird service that is education. It takes courage, and I think the winner of this year's Best Professor Award really has courage to do just that. So without further ado, the winner is Dr. Arjen Mulder.
I know you're all dying for a drink, so I will really keep it short. So first of all, thanks a lot. It's really, so we discussed this any earlier. It's not the first time that I win a teaching award. But it's still super big honor. And I'm so glad. First of all, so I want to congratulate you on finishing the MBA. I mean, it was tough. I mean, the first part of your MBA was really like super intensive, and we discussed that multiple times. I would like to reflect a little bit on the way that I saw you guys and girls growing, not only like within my financial management course, but also like you as an individual and throughout the program. So I saw you maturing. Yeah, and so that's my big kudos to you. So And there's one thing, and I really would like to thank you. So it was for the MBA 17 that I came to realize that the textbook that we were using was like a bit so-so-ish. And I just tried it out with you to start writing a couple of chapters of a syllabus. And I don't know whether I should really thank you for putting me into that quicksand of continuing writing that stuff. But I want to thank you a lot for encouraging me to continue writing. The current cohort does not have a completed book yet. It's done throughout this year. So around summer, if you're in my LinkedIn network, I will spam you and ask you for even more feedback. I want to say thank you, farewell, enjoy your drinks in just a minute, and I hope we stay in touch. And many, many, many thanks for this.
And now Anne van Dam will come back to the podium one more time to announce this year's recipients for the Student Awards as voted on by you for each class. Your milk crate.
Thank you. Put the crate back. Hello. So the Student Award is chosen by you, yourselves. Vote for a short list. Staff and faculty vote next. And inside and outside the classroom, I'm sure your experience of the MBA program was made more special because of these individuals, their unique personalities, their diversity, and their take on certain things. You all undoubtedly have made lifelong friends. That bond will never break. We applaud and are very proud of each and every one of you, but there are a few special ones. We are celebrating those who stood out, those who went the extra mile, cared as no other, took the lead, fixed your problem. When the going was tough, the tough got going. In a surprising way, and sometimes where it was needed. The winner of the Student Awards will also, on behalf of RSM, get a cash award of €2,500 to celebrate those who really went the extra mile. Would you not have liked to know beforehand? So for the Executive MBA class of 2017, this person was lauded for their maturity, their quality of input, their team spirit, and for being a general caring person. This is what made them stand out. Their good spirit and drive to perform, they were very supported, always happy to share knowledge. This person inspired others, and his life experience has been an example for others' future plans. I would like to congratulate Mario Korter.
Wow. I did not expect this. Because I was sitting next to Antonio, and I thought this guy I have a deep respect for. So I was thinking Antonio or Pritam would be the ones standing here. But I'm very honored to stand here. Very humbled that you chose me. Thank you for that. Of course, you should always be prepared, so I prepared some words. You've given me 1 minute. I will try to elaborate a little bit. First of all, I'd like to thank the people who stand by me every day, who stood by me, who supported me with their patience and other support. So thanks to S, my parents, my sister and their family. Thanks for my colleagues who had my back when it was needed. Thanks for my friends. But of course, the most grateful I am to you guys, because this was an amazing journey. It's a very inspiring journey, and you made this, for me, the most inspiring journey. I remember I came in to RSM, sitting next to Amit, who's smiling me at now. I was very nervous because I didn't know what to expect, had no clue what refresher courses were, didn't know what a balance sheet was, still actually don't know really. And we started classes, drumming, all kinds of new experiences. OB, Murray, Skype and Google Hangout, or whatever you use nowadays to have some interaction. EMBA football, electives. So I went to China, I went to Hamburg, which was really nice. Catalonia, very nice experiences. I met so many nice people during class and also after class at the Novotel, the bar. Very nice, inspiring talks. Also very memorable nights at the club. Thank you for that. It was a very inspiring journey for all of us, I think. It was a very inspiring journey for me. When I entered and my first team noticed the best, I said, I'm here for management skills. I'm not here for the social burden. So I didn't want to make new friends. And that was quite impossible. I met so many nice people, had very interesting talks. And I think I can say that goes for a lot of us, that I had made very dear friends now, whom I will cherish, hopefully for the rest of my life. But what I will remember the most is when I entered the class, and this first week was the enormous respect I felt among each other. When we had discussions, you saw this genuine interest in each other. There were no strange faces when someone told something. And it was really something special, something really energizing, which lifted me up. And I think that it helped us all to make this journey very, very inspiring. It's something very special, I think, this cohort has. This very nice, uplifting, resonating feeling. It didn't only resonate with me, I think. It resonated with a lot of us. And you could feel it. I can still feel it. For instance, when we went to skiing last weekend. You had this chaotic cheese dinner. It was really inspiring dinner. Thank you. So for me, this was a really life-changing experience. I think it was for a lot of us. And I think we also will continue to inspire each other with the coming networking days. And I'm very much looking forward to see where we are in 10 years. So as one of our professors used to say, my dear friends, thank you. Thank you for this nice experience. And thank you for the honor.
So for the full-time class, this award goes to a student who showed they weren't just a great colleague or peer, that they were always willing to help, and they were the mainstay of their cohort. This person is inquisitive, leads projects effectively, and is humble. Shared their knowledge, was a positive drive for change, always came to the rescue. Various of your cohort said, the world needs more people like her. Paula Morande.
I thought this ceremony would be dry and boring, and it's been 3 hours or close to it, and I'm still enjoying every moment that I spend with you. I'm thrilled, I'm slightly confused, out of place, under pressure to perform, but I'm happy. And I think in a way it summarizes how I've felt throughout this MBA. I definitely want to thank you, RSM, because I like you a lot too, so the fact that it's mutual, wow. Thank you, faculty, thank you, staff. Thank you for the people who are behind the scenes and don't get acknowledged enough, from the catering to the reception to cleaning services. You really run a well-oiled machine. Thank you, friends and family, and especially my partner, Bernie, because you allowed us to be here. You gave us an amazing gift, which was sharing your time so we could develop ourselves for this year. Of course, thank you to our executive cohort, and most importantly than anyone else, thank you, fellow full-time class, because we created a space and an energy together where I think things could happen, where we could make things possible. And not that everything was perfect and rosy, but we could experiment, we could play, we could see ourselves in different lights. And as I step forward into my career, I'll miss this. I'll miss having this world as a playground. And it pains me, the fact that I have to go to the airport right after this. Trust me, I would love to crawl out of a bar in 12 hours, feeling proud with you. So please accept this moment as my most sincere wish that we all find something that makes us deeply happy, that we get to pursue it, and that we get to contribute. It pains me that this MBA bubble is bursting, but we don't belong here anymore. We don't belong in these walls. We belong out there, and now we have to show what we're made out of. Thank you very much. Muchas gracias.
I think it's pretty obvious why both of them were chosen by their classmates. Beautiful speeches from you both. Makes it difficult to follow, which is why I'm not going to follow. Because every year, it is a tradition here at the RSM graduation ceremony for several members of the graduating class to come up and prepare a farewell speech on behalf of their cohort. This is a very special moment in the program, and I would like to deliver the speech for the EMBA class of 2017. I would like to introduce Kanye Pilane and Gert Katzberg to please join me on the stage. Yep, come on up. Yep. I only had two. Of course. Yes, yep. And yes, I believe there should be a video that should play as well, for those of you up there for me.
Well done, everyone.
Let's have a look.
that I thought of as being excellent.
Good afternoon to the faculty, to my colleagues, and to our families. Ululation is a form of cheer. It's an expression of celebration, as you've just heard me, ululating. In many cultures, they use it to celebrate or to express the celebration. I welcome you today to the celebration of this momentous occasion where we celebrate the completeness of our MBA, our Executive Masters in Business Administration. I say that in full. I say Executive MBA in full to give you an impression of the people that I've been fortunate enough to engage with over the last 2 years. People from diverse cultures, people who are ambitious, people who are driven to achieve success. Before I get into the details about our experience of the MBA, I just want to take you back a little bit to when you started applying for your college or your university degree. That decision would have been probably influenced by your parents or giving you some guidelines of what direction to take, or probably influenced by the academic achievement that you've had in high school. So you probably had an idea that when you finish, you will leave with a bachelor or a master's in economics or in accounting or in engineering or in law, etc. So what I'm trying to illustrate is that it was a logical decision. It's something that you knew that you had to do, that you had to follow. But with an MBA, it's a different kind of study. Nobody obligates you to go and do an MBA. It's a decision that you take. It's a choice. It's part of a plan. It's like an ambition. And we sit through the process of going through the applications, we sit through the interviews. Probably we even forgot that we had to do that. But it's a crazy choice that we make. And why do we do that? Well, everyone has different reasons of why they pursue it and why they go and do an MBA. And in one of these interesting weekends where we're at the Novotel bar as we speak to people trying to get to know each other in the first few weeks, we spoke about our reasons for doing this MBA. Why did you do an MBA? I remember speaking to Neo, for example. He said that he will be a CEO one day. Or take Mario, for example, someone who's already in medicine and he expressed an interest that he wants to study business. All very inspiring reasons for doing an MBA. And since then, I've seen the evolution of people taking these reasons and actually manifesting them. So I've seen people change careers, moving from industry into consulting, for example, or take Miriam, for example, leaving the army and pursuing a career in corporate mergers and acquisitions. So people have really taken this experience and manifested it and make it, taken it for its true worth. To speak for myself, to be honest, when I started and somebody asked me, why did you do this? I said, well, for the credential in my CV. I was very honest about it. Coming from humble beginnings, I just wanted an MBA for my CV. And it was shocking for some people, why do you aim so low? And for me, it was getting an academic qualification in an institution in Europe. What more could you ask for, I thought. But having been in this experience, I can tell you that it provokes you a little bit. It makes you question the reasons why you're doing things or why you're taking a particular course. And I would say that it almost changes you and it makes you maybe unrecognizable to the people around you, that surround you. And it would be remiss of us not to thank those people that have seen us go through these changes and challenges throughout these 2 years. So I'd like to take the opportunity to thank our loved ones who have supported us in going through these changes. And also to our faculty who have shaped these changes and have seen us with our personal struggles as we go through this. So no one actually tells you what you're going to get out of the MBA. No one tells you the feeling that it evokes or what the experience will give you. And if they do, it probably sounds very cliche. And as cliche as it sounds, it's very true that it does change you. It changes your perspective about how you do things and how you think about things. So not only has it helped me to find my purpose, but it has helped me to follow that purpose wholeheartedly. For ordinary people, they say that their ambition dies with age. But I believe that ambition and aspiration is a joy forever. If anything, these last 2 years have shown me that there's no shortcuts to success. And as we look ahead, I ask us that we carry this ambition and this drive, not only in our careers, but in everything that we do. So in our families, be a great parent, be a great partner, be a great colleague, be a great friend, and be great in your community. After all, as Steven Pressfield, an American screenplayer, has said, I will try to do justice to this quote. After all, ambition, I have come to believe, is the most primal and sacred fundamental of our being. To feel ambition and to act upon it is to embrace the unique calling of our souls. Not to act upon that ambition is to turn our backs on ourselves and the reason for our full existence. Go ahead and live your ambition. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Sorry, before I leave, I wanted to just make a short acknowledgement to the person who put this lovely video of us together, and that's Nick. Nick, thank you so much for the work that you put on this video.
The Executive MBA class of 2017 started their EMBA journey on January 30th, 2016. At that point, the average age of the students in our class was 33. And though I'm still in denial, my wife will tell you that I'm almost 50. My daughters will tell you that I must be suffering from a midlife crisis, and I agree that in hindsight, I probably should have started my EMBA 15 years earlier. But back then, with a young family and a demanding early career, I did not think I would be able to find the time. And where that would have been true back then, finding the time was still a struggle now. And I'm sure this applied to all of us. When we started on this EMBA journey, there were 122 of us. Amongst us, we had a total of 32 different nationalities. Only 35% were born Dutch, and all the other 65% originated from all over the world. Just being part of such a spectacular international group provides an extreme learning experience in itself. And on top of that, we did our MBA, learned new skills, and were exposed to sometimes challenging, but always interesting team dynamics. Looking back, I would want to summarize our journey around 3 themes. The first being the sacrifices. And when thinking about sacrifices, one would tend to think immediately of the time that we as students have spent on our readings and our assignments, or the weekends that we spend in the classrooms instead of spending them with friends and families. More importantly, however, have been the sacrifices of those that have supported us throughout our journey. I know that for myself this has been extremely important and has worked very well. So on behalf of all of us, I say thanks to all the loved ones, children, wider family members and friends on the live stream today or with us here in the audience. The fact that you are watching this illustrates that your support and patience has meant a lot to the EMBA graduate who invited you. The second theme, as Mario already mentioned, is friendship. From the early start of our EMBA journey, we've enjoyed and valued the relationships that we've been able to build within our classes. The strongest relationships probably have come from the initial teams, being the ones that we were all working with when we were new to EMBA, the same ones whom we have spent our time in South Africa with. But also across streams and across sections, strong friendships and even flirts and romances have evolved. From the video clip, you've been able to see that besides studying, there was a lot of partying, but also running, skiing, and even sailing together. But also beyond that, some have already connected in business, and others have been able to help classmates into a new career. The most catching quote related to valuable EMBA relationships comes from Celine, who summarized her EMBA journey, stating that the best thing that she got out of EMBA would be her boyfriend Ivo. The final theme that I want to touch on here is diversity. As the father of 2 bright girls, I wholeheartedly support equal career chances for women. However, while since the year 2000 the number of female students has exceeded the number of male students on the Dutch universities, for EMBA 17 only 25% of the students in our class was female. Believe it or not, but 25% is also the ratio of top executives top executive roles currently held by women in the Netherlands. So it seems that if we really want to increase the number of women in top executive roles, we have to bring more female talent to RSM. Still, where most of us were struggling to find the right balance between their career, private life, and EMBA, there have been a couple of extremely impressive female students in our class who not only managed to do all that, but have also been able to combine this with having a baby. Therefore, my special congratulations goes to Kim, Lara, Ines, Elena, and Alexandra. There's not a single male here in the room today who could have done what you've done. Like Kanye had already put it, these 2 years of going through our executive MBA have merely been a short ride in a lifelong learning journey. For this ride, I say thank you to all the professors and all those who have supported us from RSM Erasmus University. To my fellow EMBA students, I say thanks for the ride and enjoy the rest of the journey. Now that this ride together is over and we all continue on our separate ways, I've come to the conclusion that I did not start my MBA 15 years late, but instead that the Executive MBA class of 2017 has made me feel 15 years younger. And although this is supposed to be a farewell speech, I would want this EMBA impact to last. And how can we do it? That's what Antonio will tell you now.
I hope you don't mind, but as a Portuguese, the only thing lacking is height, so I'm going to take advantage of this moment. It's going to be a bit difficult to close after all these beautiful things said today, but I do believe, I feel what I'm about to say is relevant for all of us, so please bear with me. First of all, thank you Kanye, Gert, Nick, and all the organizing committee for a beautiful video. I would definitely like a copy, and I believe your colleagues would say the same. Thank you for the hard work, and thank you for everything. Thank you for also giving me this time to discuss something that is very special to a few of us, and I do believe will become something special to the whole EMBAs. With all the spirit today of sticking together and the friendships and the relationships and all we've learned together, and learning being a very important aspect of that, a few of us coming close to the end of the EMBA really felt that it was not an option to end this like that. And we thought, how could we continue to do this together on an annual basis, learn together, network together, be together, grow together. And with that in mind, we're in the makings of coming up with an annual event for the EMBA 17s, which will be held somewhere in January, so to coincide with kind of first week of EMBA. It will have the same structure of our RSM weekend classes, so Friday and Saturday. And the idea is that we're going to spend together, spend some time together, learn together. We're going to bring in guest speakers, guest lecturers, do some workshops. But most importantly, I repeat, spend some time together. Maybe even visit some of those bars that I have no idea about. Yeah, so I was given this opportunity to just mention this to you guys. You will be getting more information in the coming months. But just so you know, we will be seeing each other at least once a year at this beautiful event. And yeah, to summarize, I think please give yourselves a round of applause and thank you everyone for being here.
Doesn't work for me. And now representing the class of MBA 18, Paula Miranda, Abhishek Govil, Kyla Vanderhart, would you please join us up here on the podium to share your thoughts and your farewell from your class.
Yeah, I'll just move this back. That's okay. Thank you, everyone. Congratulations to the EMBAs for the brilliant speeches. Yeah, that's going to be difficult to come up next, but let's do it. So I'm wondering why exactly I volunteered to do this. I've been a nervous wreck for the past couple of weeks, but I thought if I survived last year, I can surely survive today. So let's do this. My fellow classmates from the full-time MBA, the executive MBA, the RSM staff, and the wonderful family member who have traveled to the Netherlands to be a part of this wonderful occasion, and to those equally awesome people at home watching. It is my privilege to stand here before you and deliver this farewell speech. I can hardly believe that we are graduating today. It seems just like yesterday that we had started playing those djembe drums, but it's been more than 1 year for the full-time MBA and more than 2 years for our cousins from the EMBA. Although, if we look at it closely, it's been even longer for some of us. it must have been around 2015, 2016, when we decided we wanted to take a step forward in our life, advance our careers, or move to a new country, or simply to become better leaders. And MBA was the answer that all of us came to. Working in different fields all over the world, when our minds were already made up, GMAT was the next biggest hurdle. So we crossed that. Then we had those well-worded essays we had to write for RSM. Some of us, like me, applied to different schools all over the world. But a lot of us knew that we wanted to come to the Netherlands. So we applied to only one of the best schools in the world, and that is Rotterdam School of Management. So I'm so happy that so many of us took that decision. And even after our applications and subsequent acceptance, we still had to take big decisions for the full-time MBA. Do we quit our jobs? Should we leave our loved ones and our homes? Or do we take loans? And this was still before we had even stepped into the classroom. But now as I see, almost 100 of us made that decision. I'm so happy for that. I remember being nervous about having to build a new life with a set of people I'd never interacted with before. But then I thought, everyone else is also going through the same thing. So that helped me calm down. One thing that really helped me was the WhatsApp group. Like all of us messaging everyone. And yeah, that helped me create a mental picture of who I was going to meet. And I just couldn't wait to get to Rotterdam. And finally, in January of 2017, I was here, Rotterdam. The first thing I noticed were not the cheap beer or the bikes or the tall people, but how the city was a confluence of old and new. It showed me that even though we have had troubles in our past, the only way to get over them was through constant rebuilding, updating and moving forward. Change was something we had to get accustomed to. Apart from the weather, that is. I don't know about you guys, but snowing in March, yeah, that's just not acceptable. And I don't see, yeah, Professor Mulder, I remember you told us in class that we were fooled by the sunny blue skies in the brochures. Yeah, completely fooled, so. Going back to last year, week 1 at school helped us relax. We didn't start with the rigid school schedule right away, but got to know each other over regular icebreaker sessions, which gave us a feeling of comfort. Listening to other people's stories helped me understand the sacrifices each one of us had made to be here and how important the next 12 months were going to be. And right from those sleep-deprived nights of term 1 with the case studies to the triumphs of MBAT, we have supported each other in different ways. Finally, thinking back to the time we had set team goals, my term 2 team, the Happy Meal, great name by the way, Marge, I don't know where you are. So, decided that we were going to enjoy the journey together and not worry too much about the end result. I now realize, standing here before you and delivering this farewell address, I wish I could go back. The MBA, as it turns out, has been one of my better investments. And I thank my classmates, my teachers, and everyone involved, especially my family for making it happen.
I vividly recall our first session together. Everyone was suited up, and I thought to myself, what am I doing here? On day 1, we were placed into teams, and we initiated this wild MBA roller coaster. Lectures, adapting to a new country, deadlines, group assignments, parties, hanging out at Maria's, charity, new relationships, expanding our professional contacts, jobs, budgets, family, exploring Europe, you name it. All of these shaped our new reality, and the sheer intensity of the MBA became the underlying challenge to endure. Here, there was no comfort, trend, predictability, hierarchy, or reassurance that everything would work out. 98 individuals meant 98 different expectations and 98 different realities. We had to learn fast every day. We were forced to master making decisions under pressure with minimal information or time. Working together was not just advice, but inescapable. In our daily interactions, our diversity taught us the best of us and the worst of us. We had to confront ourselves with tough questions. What do I really stand for? Can I do this on my own? What if I try my absolute best and I still fail? In this orchestrated chaos, there was also, thankfully, space. A space where we could experiment, test, play. We had to learn to trust others, not only to achieve some performance levels, but trust them to fuel our own growth. Day after day, we were overwhelmed and drowning in projects, but at some point, slowly, we stopped rejecting the unfamiliar, and we started welcoming it. We moved beyond judging what we couldn't understand to using it as an instrument to guide us forward. This year pushed our limits. This year shook us to the core so we could see what was left standing. And we cracked. We cracked. So many tears on those breakout rooms. It was painful, but it was also beautiful. You see, if this management degree was entirely manageable, we wouldn't become anything beyond what is already foreseeable, beyond what's obvious. And what's the return on investment on that? When we go through things we're unprepared to handle, we become imaginative, vulnerable, collaborative. We grow beyond the realm of expectations. We realize how little we know, and we finally understand that nothing great can be achieved alone. Together, we learn to talk and to listen. These experiences stimulated more than cognitive robustness. These experiences spark our professional and personal transformation. This year, we found ourselves, heck, we created ourselves, both individually and as a class. For me, two main things emerged. On one hand, I grew aware of my capabilities, some thought patterns, biases, couple blind spots. On the other hand, I got in touch with my own values, and I learned how to take them into relationships so I could develop my own leadership style. I gained compassion, determination, and understood that it was okay to evolve into something different from that classical business leader I fear I could become on that first day of class. In the sound and fury of this MBA, I also found kindness, humor, peace. I had to look inward before I could look outward. And in this silence, I found my own voice. And I truly, truly hope you did too. We do not exist in a void. As of Monday, we officially rejoined the real world in a moment where there is growth, but there's also ambiguity, questionable valuations, and daily fake news. So having our own voice really, really is an important asset. An MBA degree may sound prestigious, but let's also be real. It's a little bit of a commodity. Every school will teach finance, marketing strategy, blockchain, who knows. But the significant question to ask ourselves here as a class is, what differentiates us? In my opinion, it's the people, the interactions, and the beliefs we share that make us, us. We create this RSM flavor, this brand that will stay long with us much further than this evening. First, thanks to the wonderful RSM staff, faculty, and partners who opened up a vision for us to reflect on and help us think sharper, sense and smell business, and to pursue impact beyond some sustainability report. We transform into this ambitious, unreasonable bunch who wants to make things happen. Now we live for this intensity. From academics, sports, competitions, stalking people on LinkedIn or networking, finding the perfect job, becoming an entrepreneur, building lifelong friendships, breaking paradigms, falling in love, partying, volunteering, elevating business, and of course, wishing a happy birthday 1,000,000 times in our WhatsApp group. By the way, happy birthday, Tiago. Happy birthday, Wilt. We are MBAs who are not just living for a resume, but for a wholesome biography. We don't have all the answers because that would mean we should stop striving for growth. Rather, we are cognizant of our limited knowledge, but now we have the confidence in our ability to learn and attempt anything. We are a unique class, and it was a humbling honor to be part of it. I'll treasure our moments together, and I can't wait to see what's next.
What was your greatest challenge this year? Were you frustrated by a lack of focus, the high school mentalities, the demands of those early mornings, maybe an unrequited friendship? Or maybe, just maybe, the endless journal readings in convoluted academic English? Maybe. Despite completing the same program, we have each faced distinct challenges, and yet we still learned so much together. And one of the most important lessons is that we are not a whole community unless all our voices are heard. Voices of dissent, of unhappiness, of frustration, as well as those voices of unity, of hope, of relentless optimism. The partiers, the people with families, the lone wolves, and those of us who felt stuck, somewhere in between. But the good news is that no matter where you fit in or don't fit in today, know that this fledgling community is only just beginning. With all our flaws and promise, we get to imagine and design our own RSM flavor. We can fall into comfortable tribes, making an effort only when it's convenient, or we can commit to stepping away from the familiar and into a new understanding of ourselves. We can choose to grow, choose to be better. By engaging in uncomfortable conversations that make us question our assumptions, by lifting up voices that would otherwise be lost in the crowd, by leaning into this awkward and challenging, but ultimately supportive RSM community. When I look around this auditorium, I see people who have showed me extreme kindness, who have pushed me, and who have made me a better woman, personally and professionally. Take a moment for gratitude. Look around. Allow yourself to rejoice in all that we've done, in its imperfection, and celebrate knowing that we did it. Let's imagine reunions, many, many Indian weddings, late night conversations, and a future in which we radically change the business world, together. Together. Building companies, inventing apps, merging creativity into business, coaching peers. We want our kids and our grandkids to have more opportunities than we've had, for them to be proud of all the things we've built. Grandpa Dhruv, oh yeah, he rewrote the book on consulting. Aunt Kristen, impact investment has never been the same. What will be your legacy? Our ambition and unabashed vision means we question the assumption that businesses are only generated to create profit. We've read the case studies, handled the complexity in our hands, and are still determined to build better businesses. We have the audacity to believe that if the Dutch can hold back the sea, then we can reimagine how business adds value to our world. Rather than accepting standard business models, we engage with them, question their efficacy, and at times destroy them to create new strategic value. Rather than recline in our chairs, wishing there was a better way to be profitable, we acknowledge that our actions in the boardroom directly affect others, and that unless our business hedges against all risk, we're not really doing smart business. As an international community, we hail from small islands that are already losing the battle against climate change, and from countries with enough resources and ego that think we can build high enough walls to insulate us from the outside world. Yet together, in a small classroom, we've learned that what happens in Thailand affects business in Peru. that our interconnectedness reaches far beyond our borders. As leaders, we are responsible for our actions, even when we don't see the people and places that we affect. We want to add value to the communities and workplaces where we spend our days, regardless of the distance or the distance. We want to support transparent supply chains, good wages, ethical practices, and offices without fear of harassment or prejudice. We aspire to making our businesses successful, not by doing what is easy with people who look and think exactly like us, but by operating diverse organizations where differences in gender, sexuality, and race are seen as contributing to our competitive advantage. Not only because it is right, but because it is good business. Because we are stronger together. Together, as this RSM community, we are redefining success, breaking barriers, creating value. We are a thundering force for positive change. Thank you.
When we travel the world and we're asked what makes RSM so special, I wish I could just capture everything that every one of you just said and just press play and walk away. We'd have 700 people in the program, I can assure you. We're getting close to the end of our program. We have two last segments, the first of which is one of the ways that we always like to say farewell and to thank you to all of you sitting in front of me here in the front. RSM would like to present each one of you with a gift to remind you of the transformational journey that you've undertaken while you've been with us here at RSM. Those of you who have the gifts starting in the back, yes, please start passing out those gifts. The MBA office has created a yearbook specifically for each class. We hope this gift will not only provide you fond memories, but also help you to keep in touch with RSM and one another as time moves on. It is filled with photographs of your time with us, as well as wishes of success from all of us to you. Anecdotally, I can share that this is, again, one of our favorite days because everyone around the room who's with RSM and faculty, all the way from professional services to reception, we're here for you, and it's great to see you all together. It's really fantastic. Okay. About a year ago, I was the one who stood in front of both of your classes to introduce you to RSM. It was actually a special moment for me because I had just begun not but a few weeks ago, so I barely knew my own title, much less what I was supposed to say to you all. So I guess in a way it's fitting that I've been provided the opportunity to provide the closing remarks for all of you here today. If I was the one who interviewed you, I most likely asked you this final question. Beyond all of the academic learnings that you're going to undertake, the finance, the accounting, operations, what is the one thing you want to learn about yourself? Do any of you remember me asking you that question? I hope I get some head nods from this. Today I invite you to stop and to reflect on that question now that you've finished this part of the MBA journey, and to try to answer that question for yourself. To reflect on who you were before the program, and reflect on how you've changed during the program. To reflect on the lifelong friends, the friendships you've formed here, and to think about what the world will look like now that you are a graduate from Rotterdam School of Management. The moment you move the tassel on your cap, you transition from students to alumni, and you joined a network of over 36,000 people all over the world who are ready to welcome you into their family. No matter where you find yourself in the world, I can assure you that a fellow alum is never far away. Seek them out. Join an alumni chapter and keep the RSM community alive and vibrant. Finally, and perhaps more importantly, you are now ambassadors for RSM. And I say that with a lot of gravity, because it is true. So I challenge each one of you to be a force for a positive change in your world. And remember, positive change doesn't necessarily have to mean big things. Incremental change in the right direction can lead to big changes. Find out what that means to you. Listen to what Jackie said about listening to your inner self. Let that be the compass that guides you. Now is the time to apply your learnings, both in your professional and personal lives, while always seeking to make a positive impact in the world around you. That is your duty now. So as we leave the room here and go to raise a toast celebrating your achievement, and today becomes tomorrow, and then the next day, remember, today is not a goodbye. Today is just a farewell, both from RSM to you, but collectively within your classes. It's just a farewell. It's just until next time, whether that be at an event that you create and everyone comes in, which is great, or just by connecting on WhatsApp, or when you're traveling, trying to stay up with one another. Because no matter where you go or what you do, you will always be part of the RSM family from now until the end of time. Thank you all. Any of you who know me know that I'm not a podium speaker, so I'm going to come out from behind the podium for a moment. So the ceremony is about to be officially over, so just some quick housekeeping items here. I will ask the graduates to stand up in just a moment and then follow the RSM staff members back outside of the room, after which I'll then allow and ask the friends and family to get up and follow out afterwards. So now, the moment you have all been waiting for, I will ask the graduates of both the Executive MBA class of 2017 and the full-time class of 2018 to please rise. Take a deep breath and savor this moment. You'll never forget it. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with my utmost pride to introduce you to the graduating classes of the Executive MBA 2017 and full-time MBA 2018. Congratulations, you did it!